saying in essence is that they are coming into the city more, and yet so it's more important than ever to have these trees in the city for them to feed on. Is that in your words? But why is it so?
So within the last decade, it was very rare to see forest red-tailed black cockatoos on the Southern Coast of the Plains. But in the last 4 or 5 years, they've been attracted to some of the more exotic species of trees, such as the Cape lilacs with those yellow berries, and also the lemon scented trees like the ones that were removed today. And they're very intelligent birds, highly intelligent, and they can remember where the food sources are, and they will continue to return to forage on those food sources. They eat a lot, they're a wide roaming bird, and so those 170 trees that were removed today were critical and significant food habitat.
So do you think birds will die as a result of the trees being chopped down?
Well, recently we've been seeing birds present here that are starving, and we've had recently euthanized one that was just too emaciated. So it's not out of the question to see birds becoming more hungry and searching for food further afield, in people's backyards and people's houses, and they do create a mess when they feed on trees, and they eat a lot, and those trees should have been retained.
The City of Canning's arguing that it's causing problems with the road.
Okay. The City of Canning, okay, that's a result to them.
Do you think there's ways of dealing with the road issue?
So the City of Canning's reasons for removing the trees were not good enough. There was an engineer's report issued by the City of Canning that said the trees could be retained and the road surface could be repaired with the trees retained. So they've gone against their own engineer's report and gone ahead and removed the trees. And if you ask me, I suspect it's a case of cost effectiveness.
Okay. So would you be, what happened to you this morning?
So this morning we tried to get a stay of execution on these trees, and just making a comment. So this morning we tried to get a stay of execution for these trees at the 11th hour so that we could perhaps do some more research into them. The trees have been cleared without any research or any scientific reasoning at all. And you're eating my buttons. You're eating my buttons. Get up there. Get up there. You're a classic.
I can't stop looking at him, he's so beautiful.
Yes.
Still in the show.
He's so gorgeous. But you think there's a way around this, though, don't you?
So the removal of the trees on Manning Road in Devon this afternoon, or this morning.
He's okay, He's alright.
Right. So the removal of the trees on Manning Road in the City of Canning today is not based on any real scientific fact. No research or surveys have been done. The City of Canning said that they've done a research, but no, some City of Canning. So the City of Canning said they've done the survey. One more time, okay? Sorry. Okay. So the removal of these trees in the City of Canning this morning is not based on any scientific fact. No real research has been done. One more time, I promise. Let's show this. Good. Okay, stay there.
It's not like they're a danger or anything, though, is there? Yeah. So it's not like the trees are a danger or anything. Like, are you saying that they could be saved?
Trees most certainly could have been preserved. The road surface could have been repaired, and the vibrations that have been caused, that are allegedly being caused by the tree roots, in my opinion, are actually being caused by the manhole covers on the eastbound lane on Manning Road. You only need to drive down the eastbound lane on Manning Road to see what I'm talking about.
Okay, and so just going back to the birds, do you think birds will die?
Birds won't die, but what's happening in Perth at the moment is death by 1,000 cuts. So the birds have to look harder, fly further, and they may die, but they're just going to become more desperate for food, look further, create more problems, and go to places where they shouldn't go. The other thing is that because those trees were so mature and they were very high, when the birds are foraging at the top of the trees, they're away from the traffic. Now, if they plant new trees down that medium street, which is their intention, the low trees will attract wildlife, maybe even black cockatoos if they're the right species, and they'll be right at vehicle height. So we'll see more birds come to us suffering from vehicle stroke.
So replanting trees is not silly.
Well, they said the information that I have says that they're going to replace the trees they removed today with the same species, which is absolute madness because the trees are not native to Western Australia anyway. They're lemon-scented gums native to Queensland. Yet they are mature, and the birds have learnt how to forage on them and eat them as a food source. So they are significant, they are important, and they most certainly a significant foraging habitat, forest red-tailed black cockatoos, an endangered species.
And you saw them as early as 3 a.m. early this morning.
The birds were roosting, so they're also, not only are they a foraging habitat, they're also an overnight roosting habitat for Carnaby's white-tailed cockatoos. So now we're talking about a different species of black cockatoos, which is even more endangered than the reds. So we're talking about 2 endangered species of black cockatoos.
And have you seen them there?
I've seen them with my own eyes, absolutely.
Were they there this morning?
They left them. They weren't there when I got there about 6 a.m. What they generally do is take off at about 5 or 6 a.m, spend the day foraging across the Swan Coastal Plain, and then head home to their roosting habitat where they choose to sleep for the night.
Okay.
Just going to go back to bite your aerials off.
You nearly got through it, didn't you?
Yeah, he's done it before.
Yeah,
All
Charlie.
radio. So, can I make one more comment about the science of it all?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So I'm really tired.
No, yeah,
And I've already been the rest of today. So.
So why do you think that? How do you feel about getting arrested? You're a scientist. I guess you don't expect to be arrested during the hearing.
Yeah, look, I didn't go there today planning to be arrested. I've never been arrested before, and I'll challenge it in court for sure. But we were there intervening today in what is potentially an illegal removal of those trees. Those black cockatoo foraging habitat is protected under the Commonwealth Environmental Protection Biodiversity Conservation Act, and it is my view that the City of Canning did not adequately consult with the Commonwealth, and I've had information from the Commonwealth today that if they find the City of Canning are in breach of their obligations to the Federal Act, then they will be prosecuted.
It'll be too late for the birds.
It'll be too late for the birds and too late for the trees.
Okay. And the science?
Science. So I just wanted to get across and try and edit it in that the removal of the trees in the City of Canning today was based on opinion and not scientific fact. And there was no scientific research, no real hardcore surveys that were done to establish whether those trees were foraging a significant habitat for endangered species.
Okay. Thanks a lot.